The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Sonic Web Studios specializes in custom web design, app development, social networking, search engine optimization, domain registration, email marketing, online stores, and more. Since our birth, we have been designing and developing immaculate websites and providing web solutions which are a cut above the rest. As a leading web designing enterprise, we have a team of extremely talented web designers who are well-focused and have the experience of working on multiple web developing platforms such as PHP, Magento, Custom WordPress, and more. Sonic Web Studios has been helping businesses of all kinds, whether big, small, established, or startup, impress their audiences with exemplary web solutions. We don't just create beautiful and functional websites. We give you a complete online solution with the main goal of enhancing your yearly revenues. We aim to give your business the online exposure and brand acknowledgement that will help you in achieving increased conversions leading to profitable sales. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention the Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
It's now time for the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, YouTube, iTunes, Anchor FM, Radio Public, and the MikeWagnerShow.com. Mike brings you great guests and interesting people from all across the globe. So sit back, relax, and enjoy another great episode of the Mike Wagner Show.
Hey everybody, it's Mike from the Mike Wagner Show. Powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Looking at a professional website without breaking your budget? Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show. Get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level. Also, the Mike Wagner Show can be heard on the MikeWagnerShow.com. You can check our Facebook page at facebook.com/The Mike Wagner Show. You can download and listen on Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also on Anchor FM, Radio Public, iTunes, Google Play, and over 25 podcast platforms. Take the Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel. Also follow the Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. We're here with a wonderful lady based deep in the heart of Houston, Texas. Although as we're recording at this time, it's not so beautiful in terms of the hurricanes, but still makes it a really good day where she's at. She's the president of a unique public relations firm, and she's going to tell you all about it. And basically, it just what makes stands out from other companies. She's been doing it for quite some time, has some unique clients, and she's very happy to tell you about the new kid on the block. Live, ladies and gentlemen, from the Plus Studios in beautiful downtown Houston, ladies and gentlemen, the president of FIPRM.com, Kretonia Morgan. Kretonia, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thanks for joining us today.
Hey, Mike, thank you so much for having me.
Well, it's great to have you on as well. So you're a president of a unique public relations firm, which is FIPRM.com, and we'd like to have you tell us more about that, and also like to talk to about how you came up with the name, what you guys do, and who are some of your clients, and basically just talk about your public relations firm and what you can do to help clients, and also what makes you stand out, and being in Houston, and how do you manage to run with the big boys. But before getting into all that, tell us how you first got started.
Yeah, so first got started some years ago after interning with an event planning company while I still was in college. The name of the company was Honeycomb Event Planning Company, and they were looking for public relations interns. At the time, PR was kind of in a uphill, forward-moving direction. I originally went to college for journalism and communications, and that industry was really shifting. You saw the death of the newspaper, and you kind of could foresee magazines also beginning to struggle. So it's kind of at a crossroads for me in terms of what direction my career was going to be taken. And after speaking to my academic advisor, they kind of threw out to me the possibility of actually going in public relations and kind of gearing my classes and everything more in that direction, just indicating to me that within that degree space, I could still work within that industry, and just kind of going over some of the skills that are needed and necessary. And so from there, I did the internship with the event planning company and just really fell in love with the industry. Really saw myself being able to be successful and have a future.
Mm-hmm. And what was that one precise moment that influenced you into what you're doing today? What was that one precise moment that says, this is what I'm going to do, this is how I'm going to start my company?
Yeah, so after working there for years and being very successful, I actually had a lot of people that would come up to me and ask me if I actually would, do PR for them. Mm-hmm. And that was kind of the confirmation for me that it was really something that I needed to do and take very serious. So after you have people approach you and want to pay you for doing something, that was the moment that you know that you have what it takes. It's just kind of reconfirming everything that you've kind of already been thinking and feeling whenever people say, hey, I need you, you're too good, we need you to actually work on this project. That's when I knew it was time to kind of start my own thing.
Mm-hmm. And when you talked about having journalism switch over into the digital age, what type of journalism were you going to pursue? Was it going to be news journalism, broadcast, or feature? Or what type of journalism were you going to pursue before the sudden shift gradual into the digital age?
So I was originally focusing on broadcast, journalism. The Houston market is actually not a great market for that. There's certainly some opportunities here, but they are extremely limited. So relocating would have been the route I would have had to follow in order to really be successful within that field. More specifically, I was looking to work within sports. That was kind of my niche area that I was really looking into.
Oh, interesting. Sports. It's like, we need sports people like you. And,
right.
and of course, based on the Houston Rockets, how do you think you did? And how do you think the Astros are going to do as well, too, especially the Texans, since we're on sports?
Yeah, so Astros have obviously been hit by the injury bug this year. So I don't have a lot of high hopes in terms of what they will be able to accomplish. As a Laker fan, kind of tough for me to speak on the Rockets. I'll be completely honest in saying I don't root against the Rockets. I've made Houston my home, so I've embraced every aspect of this city. But I've been a Laker fan since I was 5 years old. So I was not surprised with the outcome of that series. Hopeful that the Rockets will be able to, get a head coach that will really be able to implement an offense and a defense that can position James Harden and Russell Westbrook to be able to work effectively together and hopefully, get to a championship. So the Texans have had a rough start. I'll be honest in saying I don't follow football nearly as close as I do baseball and basketball, but Texans are off to a very tough start. Their schedule is just not favorable. They have a very tough, road ahead in terms of the teams that they have on their schedule for the first few games of the season. So I think they'll have an opportunity to still, possibly come out of their division, but kind of a rough start for them.
Mm-hmm. It seemed to be like off and on. You don't know what to expect out of those guys. And I have to say that it is very, very tough as well, too. So we'll talk more about your public relations firm in just a minute, along with some sports. But first, listen to The Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com. Powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Looking at a professional website without breaking your budget? Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable, custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show. Get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level. Also, the Mike Wagner Show can be heard on the MikeWagnerShow.com. You can check our Facebook page at Facebook.com/The Mike Wagner Show. You can download and listen on Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also on Anchor FM, Radio Public, iTunes, Google Play, and over 25 podcast platforms. Take the Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel. Also follow the Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. We're here at Kretonia Morgan, the president of FIPRM.com, and she'll tell us what it is. And it's a unique public relations firm based out of Houston, Texas. And let's talk about the your new firm. What does it stand for? And tell us more about it.
Right, yeah. So actually stands for Favorable Image, Public Relations, and Marketing. So FIPRM is simply just the acronym that we use, just short and sweet, a lot easier than, saying that. So kind of how I came up with that name. If you know anything about what public relations is, it is about favorable press and a favorable image. So that kind of stood out to me with all of my research regarding what the industry is. Obviously, the definition has evolved from when I first got into the industry back in 2008 until now. But the one thing that really has stuck with, that definition is that everyone's going to want that favorable press and image.
Mm-hmm. And do you think digital age is making it a lot easier to start and run public relations, or is it more of a challenge?
Yes and no. So there's more ways to actually get your messaging out there, but it's always evolving, always changing. So it can be still as challenging as it was prior to all of the social media, especially for people who didn't grow up in the social media age. So a lot of kind of your older firms are struggling with, kind of getting acclimated and accustomed to the technology of today. But it's still really kind of your core things in terms of being a great writer, being dedicated to, staying in tune with the latest news, latest trends. Research is always going to be a big part of the industry. That remains the same right now. So some of your core values in terms of what you need to be effective are still in place.
And what makes it different from the other public relation firms?
So the way we kind of pride ourselves is just being a one-stop shop. So literally anything you need for your business needs, we have in-house. We have some incredible vendors and incredible partners that we've been working with for years. So literally anything you need on the branding side, anything you need on the marketing side or the PR side, we have people that have 20 to 30 years of experience in each. So we're able to work collectively as a team on clients whenever we sign them, and we work together to collaborate to ensure that each client is successful regardless of whatever services we're providing.
Mm-hmm. And what else do you offer your clients on a unique basis that separates from the rest? What else do you offer?
So we do a la carte services, which allows for people, especially in today's climate, to have the freedom of being able to work with us on a project by project basis, or just, for a one-off project here or there. That eliminates the need for people to be locked into long-term contracts, which a lot of people will only take on a client if they sign a 2-year, 3-year contract. Today's climate really just doesn't allow for people to lock into those type of timeframes. So, public relations, specifically speaking, is a luxury. It's very expensive. And so it's really hard for a lot of people to be able to pay, unless you are a celebrity, of course, or extremely wealthy, to pay, those type of prices that, we charge monthly for those services. So we allow people the freedom to reach out to us on a launch, or they have something new that they're announcing, where they can just pay for those specific services that they need.
Makes you think of the celebrities we talked about in Houston as well, too, say from the Rockets, the Astros and Texans and everything else. And I'm sure they all come to you. And what does your package start at? And what do you offer as well? Like you start at a certain amount and then you go up to what? It's like, what tiers do you have?
Yeah, so we have 3 tiers that we work on for public relations. So those packages start out at $5,000 and up. And so those really just kind of depends on the billable hours in terms of if you would need to move up to a more expensive package, maybe to a $8,000 package or $10,000. That's going to be the top of the line for, like you said, your celebrity, influential people, your professional athletes that need a more attention to detail. Maybe they have a foundation, maybe they have more things kind of going on day to day. So it's kind of like the tiers that we have. Same for marketing. We offer digital marketing services, SEO packages. Really just kind of depends on what all the client needs as it relates to those services. So yeah, we have all that information available actually on our website for people to kind of review and evaluate. For our startups, usually it requires a little bit more man hours. So, those projects usually are a little bit more expensive than some of your more established brands.
Mm-hmm. And who are some of your famous celebrities or famous clients that have been using your service?
So we work with a lot of record labels, specifically as to late. We're working on a lot of projects for some of artists in the industry. Those labels that I can name, because some of this stuff is obviously confidential, but just some things we can share. We work with BET. We work with Epic Records, Atlantic, Sony Music, Interscope, RCA, VH1, as well as WeTV. So some of the people, or one of the names that I can mention is a comedian and social media influencer, Reggie Ray, one of our biggest clients that we have. And he's recently signed some major deals with some big time corporations that we've been able to secure for him. So as well as Chad Black, who is a up-and-coming media mogul himself, also just signed a big publishing deal for the release of his new book. So working on a lot of high-level things for him and a lot of partnerships with different brands.
Sounds like you got a great thing going as well, Kretonia. And what are some of your best projects that you have accomplished? Let's hear about those.
Yeah, so we had the pleasure of working on Super Bowl back in 2011 when I was in Dallas, Texas. One of the bigger projects that we got kind of when we first started. Very exciting opportunity to, handle the celebrity guest list for some of the parties and influential things that took place at that time. It's kind of probably the biggest thing that we've worked on thus far. We've also had the pleasure of working on several, high-level festivals within the state of Texas and the city of Houston also.
Mm-hmm. And how do people get in touch with you?
Best way to get in touch with us is definitely going to be just through our website, FIPRM.com. We have a submission form there for whatever inquiries that people may have. They can fill that out, or via email at info@FIPRM.com. Those are going to be the quickest ways for us to be able to respond back to you and be able to set up a discovery call with the potential client.
That sounds fantastic. We'll get to a few more things with you, Kretonia, but first, listen to The Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. We're looking for a professional website without breaking our budget. Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs at below the competition way. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show. Get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level. Also, the Mike Wagner Show can be heard on the MikeWagnerShow.com. You can check our Facebook page at facebook.com/the Mike Wagner Show. You can download and listen on Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also on Anchor FM, Radio Public, iTunes, Google Play, and over 25 podcast platforms. Take the Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel. Also follow the Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. We're here with the president and owner of Favorable Image Public Relations Marketing, or FIPRM.com, Kretonia Morgan, here on the Mike Wagner Show, based out of downtown Houston. And just a few more things, Kretonia, you've been absolutely fantastic, and I love hearing about your brand new public relations firm. Wish you all the best. And what can we expect from you in 2020 and 2021 and beyond?
We are looking to expand out in LA. So currently, we've been successful, obviously, in this Houston market. We set up a satellite office this year as well in Atlanta, Georgia. So coming in 2021 is going to be an expansion out to Los Angeles. As I previously mentioned, we're working very closely on branding behind the scenes with a lot of artists in today's R&B and specifically R&B climate. And so a lot of those labels are actually based in West Hollywood. So that LA is kind of calling our name, and we're at a point now where definitely time for us to expand and kind of get into a little bit of a bigger market, even just to be able to enhance some of the things that we're working on with current clients. So definitely look for us to be looking to expand there. Obviously, we're in COVID-19, so still a lot of things we don't know about what lies ahead, but for us, that's definitely the direction that we're looking to go in.
And what are some of the areas you're looking to work in as well, too, besides sports and also the R&B labels, entertainment, and what are some of the areas you like to start expanding more on?
We like to work more with fashion. We've previously worked with a few stylists, a few up-and-coming fashion brands. So that's an area that we would like to begin to work in a little bit more specifically as it relates to women-owned fashion brands. That's a huge passion for us, as we are a woman-owned, woman-led company. So we are looking to do that and have an opportunity to collaborate even so with more of your higher end fashion companies. So entertainment, we've been working in the longest, which obviously includes sports. I think being in LA will also enhance that clientele and position us to be able to work with more influential people within that space also.
It sounds very amazing too. And who do you consider biggest influence in your career?
Oh, wow. That's very interesting. I would definitely have to say my parents, for sure. Just the way that I was brought up, the way that they raised me and the things that they instilled in me in terms of, being an entrepreneur, not settling, hard work, perseverance, things of that nature. Those are definitely things that were instilled in me coming up. So they definitely are my heroes.
Mm-hmm. And what's the best advice you can give to anybody at this point?
Just do it. Just get started. I think there's just never going to be the right time. I tell people that all the time. It's never going to be the right time. So just get started somewhere and stay encouraged. Everybody goes through ups and downs, but if you're passionate, just stay with it.
Mm-hmm. I like what you said. Just do it makes me think of Michael Jordan. I mean, you just hit it right on the spot right there. So
yes, definitely. One of my favorite players, definitely someone that I absolutely love watching his career. You're right on that one.
Oh, yes, one of my favorites. Once again, Kretonia Morgan, the president of FIPRM.com, which is the favorable image public relations marketing here on the Mike Wagner Show. Kretonia, very big thank you for your time. You've been fantastic. Looking forward to having you again soon. Once again, tell us about your upcoming projects, what's your website, how do people contact you, and where can people get in touch with you?
Yeah, you guys can get in touch with us on Instagram, FIPRM. Is going to be how you can find us. Also check us out online, FIPRM.com. I personally can be found on LinkedIn, Kretonia, first name, last name Morgan, Morgan. We have some very exciting things coming up. Stay tuned. A lot of announcements will be made on our website. You can sign up for our newsletter through our website and get up-to-date information on the latest news as it relates to our brand.
That is fantastic. Once again, Kretonia, a very big thank you for your time. You've been absolutely fantastic. Looking forward to hearing you again soon. Do us a favor, keep us up to date. Love you back on in 2021 and beyond. And you've been absolutely gracious. Keep in touch.
Sounds good. Thank you, Mike.
The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Sonic Web Studios specializes in custom web design, app development, social networking, search engine optimization, domain registration, email marketing, online stores, and more. Since our birth, we have been designing and developing immaculate websites and providing web solutions which are a cut above the rest. As a leading web designing enterprise, we have a team of extremely talented web designers who are well-focused and have the experience of working on multiple web developing platforms such as PHP, Magento, Custom WordPress, and more. Sonic Web Studios has been helping businesses of all kinds, whether big, small, established, or startup, impress their audiences with exemplary web solutions. We don't just create beautiful and functional websites. We give you a complete online solution with the main goal of enhancing your yearly revenues. We aim to give your business the online exposure and brand acknowledgement that will help you in achieving increased conversions leading to profitable sales. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention the Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
Thanks for listening to the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, iTunes, YouTube, Anchor FM, Radio Public, and themikewagnershow.com. Please support our program with your donations at themikewagnershow.com. Join us again next time for another great episode of The Mike Wagner Show.